Aquarius, while I was tuning into your energy for the month of September, I had an unusual visual that actually came in. What I saw was this desert night sky, particularly in the very last part of sunset, or last light, if you will. And there was all of these stars that were starting to glow in the heavens above you. And the very distant horizon was this deep red, purple, maroon color. It was very, very beautiful. And what I was intuiting from this while looking at this desert sky, it felt like you are getting ready to travel in the night, or getting ready to travel or move forward again. Because sometimes I've heard when you're traveling in the desert, it's best to do it at night because there's less oppression, there's less heat, it's cooler. And so you are moving through the night. Maybe you're quite literally working in the night. But this actually feels like there is some sort of relief that is coming in the month of September. Things are feeling less intense, there's less pressure, and it feels quieter as well. I really do get the sense that for some of you, there's also this very deep spiritual exploration as well, because I associate the desert with a very spiritual energy. It's kind of like just you and God, basically, or you and the universe, or you and source, however you name this. It feels like you are just very close with the divine. And when we look at the astrology, this actually makes quite a bit of sense because we have Mercury retrograde in Virgo. We are in Virgo season, and Virgo energy for you, Aquarius, represents your astrological 8th house, which is about the occult. It's about mysticism. It's about things that are hidden or taboo, things that we might not talk about. So it feels like you are exploring maybe what could be considered dark by some people, but there is still this light, there is still this starlight. And so I feel like you are finding your way through the night. You are finding your way through the darkness, and it's actually cooler. And as we get more and more into Libra season, maybe there's literally something with travel this month as well, or setting your sight on distant horizons. Or again, you are learning something. This could be philosophy, this could be higher education, this could be spirituality, it could even be astrology. But whatever it is happening this month, I feel like you could be working on something at night. You could be studying something. It's like you might be writing a novel or something of that nature, something really big. And I don't feel like a lot of people know what's going on either. I feel like you've been kind of keeping something under wraps. You haven't been telling a lot of people what it is that you are working on or what it is that you are aspiring towards. But it feels very, very beautiful, and I'm so excited to see what comes up in the tarot for you. I have just a touch of housekeeping before we get too far in today's video. We are in Virgo season after all. For those of you who are returning to this channel, it's great to see you again. Welcome back. I'm actually uploading a lot more on my other social media accounts, and honestly, by my own admission, I've been pretty vacant online for a while. A big irony of my life is I'm actually not a huge social media person at all. It's just been a wonderful vehicle to do this work, and I would really appreciate anyone who is on these other platforms to also follow me on there as well. I'm actually really enjoying the shorter format. It feels more engaging, and it helps me put out information more quickly. So definitely consider following me there. You can find all of my links for social media accounts in the description of this video, alongside links for personal readings and distance Reiki sessions. For those of you who are new to this channel, hello, welcome. My name is Michael, and I utilize tarot and tropical astrology to intuit monthly forecasts for your zodiac sign. Be sure to hit like, subscribe, and the bell notification so you can always stay up to date with what's in the cards for you. So the first couple of cards I just pulled while shuffling the deck was the Magician, and before this next card came out, I knew it was going to be the Star, because we were just talking about all of this nighttime imagery, all of this starry imagery. Some of you are working with manifestation, or you have been working with manifestation in the month of August. I feel like a lot of you have been wanting to reconnect or connect with your higher purpose. Some of you have also been focusing on healing. I actually could quite literally see this. Maybe some of you are learning about herbs or alchemy. Maybe some of you are making tinctures or essential oils. I'm just getting that sense from this magician for some reason. Maybe you're working on something like herbalism or even spells. But whatever it is, it feels like there is this emphasis on healing. There is this emphasis on spiritual direction and guidance. I feel like there is this co-creative element where it's like you are manifesting something and the universe is trying to support you with the star. So very, very interesting. I'm actually going to try and see if I can get a little more specific. This is a general reading, so obviously these messages are going to resonate for all of you in different ways. Oh my goodness, yes, the Seven of Wands. It's like I've been telling you, it feels like things have been hot. There's been tension. Things have been oppressive, maybe even aggressive. I feel like whatever has been directed towards you or whatever has been happening around you, it feels like this is lessening, or you are resolving something or healing something from other people, particularly people who might have been attacking you or just very short with you. And actually, it's almost like you decided to start doing something on your own or to go off and do your own thing because people around you just were not cooperating. Maybe this is involving a close relationship. This could be a romantic relationship or a partnership of some kind, maybe even a close friend. I only say that because we have had Venus retrograde in your opposite sign in Leo. And so there could be some reevaluation or reconsideration around relationships or partnerships. So that might be where some of this tension has been coming from. But I feel like overall, it's interesting. It's so interesting, Aquarius. You have been focused on something, on manifesting something, and maybe even just kind of taking control of your own reaction to things. And I mean, your energy is right here with the star. What else do we have for Aquarius? What else? The Nine of Cups with the Four of Swords. Interesting. Rest and rejuvenation. It's interesting because it does. I really feel like a lot of you have been staying up late at night or you've been having a hard time falling asleep. And the message I'm getting for those of you who are dealing with insomnia, it's important that you are working on something during this time. It's your higher self, it's your spirit trying to get you do something when you won't be interrupted or disturbed. So that feels like, for some reason, a very important message for you, Aquarius. You will have to let me know in the comment section down below if you have been dealing with insomnia or if there is something that you have been working on overnight. Maybe you've been pulling late nighters or overnighters. But whatever it is, it feels like it's going to be successful or there's going to be a lot of joy that comes from this. But also it is important that you rest as well and that you're recharging. And honestly, I really feel like guarding your energy, that has been something that's become clear in August. And especially if this is a reading that resonates with you, it feels like you have really had to kind of pull yourself away from the drama of other people. That is what I'm really getting here. And you are just focusing on your own happiness because you're realizing you can only be so responsible for other people's happiness. There's only so much you can do to make other people happy who aren't working on their own happiness. It's not your responsibility. And so instead, it feels like you have shifted the focus on, well, how can I make myself happy? Maybe that was a big revelation that you had in the month of August. So what else do we have? What do we have for the month of September? We have the Three of Pentacles, again, working on something. Maybe there are a few people you are working together with or collaborating on something with. But it doesn't feel like there are many of you. I even get the image or the sense that maybe some of you have been working on a project with a larger company or group and you have gone off and you're starting to do something by yourself. Maybe you're even going off and starting a business with a group of people. I kind of get this with the Three of Pentacles. Let's clarify this a little more. Why is the Three of Pentacles on the table for Aquarius in the month of September? So interesting that the Seven of Swords comes out as I was sort of talking about that, because it could be sort of a sneaky energy or sneaking off in the dead of night to work on something with other people. There could be like a secret collaboration as well. Interesting. Very, very interesting. And I know some of you are going to be looking at this Seven of Swords and be like, is there someone I can't trust? That's actually not how I'm reading this. That's not the first thing that came to mind. I feel like for a lot of you, it's like you might technically even be doing something a little bit sneaky. And again, maybe that's just because you're working on something that other people don't know about, or you are kind of starting something with a small group in secret. Maybe you're not supposed to be doing that. But whatever it is, I honestly feel like you're kind of the sneaky one this month, Aquarius. So definitely let me know if you have something up your sleeve. Sometimes the Magician has that imagery as well. So that's kind of interesting. But we do also have the Temperance here as well. And that's why I feel like things are very balanced. And I mean, Temperance speaks of fire and water. It speaks of opposites. It speaks of extremes and the purification that comes from that. Because a lot of the time when people talk about Temperance and Tarot, they think of it as like the balance card. And while that's definitely true, especially with the star, we have to really remember that tempering metal is this process of exposing it to extreme heat, heating it to these super hot temperatures, and then cooling it with water. And this process is a purification process. And so you've gone through the heat of the desert and you are now going through this period of cooling or refining. And there has been something about burning away impurities. Again, a lot of healing, a lot of alchemy. And I got that kind of message before as well with this Magician. It feels like some of you are literally doing some sort of like apothecary work, or maybe you are doing some sort of tincture work. And if you aren't, maybe that's how you can best utilize Virgo energy. That's actually just intuitively making sense to me, because Virgo is kind of like the herbalist of the zodiac. And using herbalism, using plants to manifest, or creating something to manifest, particularly around September 14th. That is the new moon in Virgo. That is also right around when Mercury goes direct or moves forward again in Virgo. And so you are setting off some sort of new intention, and it could be very spiritual or secretive in nature. Of course, there's all of these secrets. We're in Virgo season for you. That is your 8th house. Again, there is something you are doing in secret. You have to let me know what this is. I know it's hush-hush, but I mean, who's really going to find this video? You know, I'd be curious to hear. I'm just going to say that, Aquarius. What are the other messages for Aquarius for the month of September? We have the Four of Wands. There's going to be some sort of success or celebration. And the Two of Cups. Beautiful. Okay, so yeah, I feel like there is some sort of success. There is a celebration. Some of you have achieved something. I actually feel like if there's been something you've been working on for a while, you will finish it in September, or you will finish an important phase of things. And the Two of Cups is really beautiful because there could be something with partnership or relationship here as well. Let's actually clarify. Why is the Two of Cups here? Why is the Two of Cups here? Venus will be going direct again in Leo, and that could be bringing some new energy for you. There could actually be a new relationship with the Fool and the Two of Cups, or a new cycle in relationships for you, or maybe your energy, if you are in a relationship, is just getting lighter. It's like going back to how it felt in the beginning. The Two of Wands, reigniting that spark, reigniting that flame. I feel like there's some passion, there's some excitement that's happening in your relationship sector this month. So this does feel like a potentially good month for love and relationships for you. but particularly more so in the second half of September or later on in September. Even though Venus is going direct on September 3rd, it's more like we are in a catch-up period. We're integrating some of the lessons we have been learning. But honestly, I feel like you're just enjoying relationships, you're enjoying partnership, or there's just this new lease on life here, and it could be involving another person. This doesn't even have to be romantic for those of you who are just not interested in that. This could even just be like you are committing to something from your heart, you are diving into something, you are planning a future, perhaps, as well. I feel like there's a matter of the heart that has a lot of future potential and it's very exciting. It almost feels like it's been renewed in some way, or it is a new venture of some kind. So also very exciting energy here. Any other messages for Aquarius? Any other messages? Any other blessings? Any other messages? So we have the mouse, and I'm thinking of this as energy for you to embody. And I mean, mice will kind of scurry, they'll do things unseen. Again, and they're also usually very active at night. If your mind is very active, which is often when this card comes up, you might be dealing with a lot of perfectionism, or you might be feeling just kind of self-critical or maybe even critical of others. It's important that you're using your active mind and putting it to use, putting it into something productive. So again, there is this message. If your mind is really active, especially at night, it's important that you are actually channeling this. And we have the moth, also a nocturnal energy. I feel like some of you are emerging from a dark night of the soul, or there's this transformation that is happening. You are reconnecting with the stars and the moon, because that is actually what moths use to navigate. That is why they are drawn to light sources. And there was that starlight as well. Any other messages? I'm also getting like clairaudience for some of you. You could be hearing messages or getting songs, or just hearing tones. And I know that moths have a very highly developed system for vibration, for sound. You are hearing things, you are feeling things before they happen. And especially if some of you are waking up around 4 a.m., this is just a good time to meditate as well. Any other blessings? Any other messages? Let's do one more. Let's do a blessing. What is the blessing? We have Violet. We have Attract. I told you at the very beginning, some of you are working on manifestation. Maybe you're waking up in the middle of the night and you are actually in a very allowing state when you're still tired, when you're still in that kind of half awake, half asleep energy. Some of you are also manifesting as you are falling asleep. Oh my gosh, what is it called? It's like Neville Goddard had the law of assumption, and there's this technique, state akin to sleep. SATs, I think is what they're called. And it's basically just this visualization exercise that you are doing as you are falling asleep, or even in like a dream-like state. I'm feeling like that's just a very important thing for you to do, or that could be something that's very powerful for you, especially if you already know what I'm talking about. Then this is your confirmation that you need to be doing your SATs, because I feel like that is something that you're going to be very powerful at this month as well. But overall, Violet is this message of attracting. It's this message of being in a good temperament, not trying to fight fire with fire. It's kind of like being the energy that you wish to experience from other people or in the world around you. Beautiful, beautiful energy. But yes, this is your blessing. You are attracting many beautiful things to you in the month of September. Any other blessings? What are we attracting? We do also have tenacity, burdock. And that makes sense because I feel like you are working on something very diligently. Your diligence will pay off, your tenacity will pay off. And you're just going to have the motivation to do things that ordinarily might be harder for you or might require more willpower. You're going to have more motivation. You're going to have more motivation to do things that are good for you and are aligned for you. And maybe that's even an affirmation to tell yourself as you're falling asleep. But very, very beautiful energy. And I'm just noticing the purple in both of these cards. That's really standing out to me, the purple and white. Some of you are really connecting with your crown chakra. I also saw the purple sky at the beginning of this reading. So I feel like the color purple, or the color violet, I should say. I did not even make that connection. Y'all, Mercury is retrograde, and sometimes I'm just on dial-up, and the messages just come out, and I don't even connect with the synchronicity until I already say it. But yeah, I feel like a lot of you could even have violet in your aura, and for me, that's a very creative energy. It's a very free spirit energy. It's about going off the beaten path in life. It can be a very visionary energy. Someone who has gifts to share, or someone who wants to live a different kind of life from the mainstream. I feel like a lot of you have this energy around you, and honestly, I see violet around most of my clients, or a good number of you, I should say. And I feel like that's just a power color for you as well. So the color purple, the color violet is going to be a sign from spirit. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm also getting violet flame with this as well. Some of you could be healing yourself or connecting with violet flame energy. I would actually research that if you don't know what it is, but it's basically just a very high frequency healing energy. It's very good at actually mending auric tears in my experience, especially if you are doing something like a cord pulling. Using the violet flame to kind of mend the aura is very, very effective, I have found. But yeah, I feel like the color violet is a power color for you, and you are also attracting a lot of good things, and your hard work is paying off, which is just such a Virgo energy to me. So lots of beautiful things for you. And those are really all the messages I have for you this month, Aquarius. I hope that this was helpful. Definitely hit like and subscribe if you made it this far. You can find all of my links in the description box of this video for personal readings, distance Reiki sessions, as well as all of my other social media accounts. I will see you all in the next video. Take care. Have a happy and blessed month. Bye, Aquarius.